Hi, my name's Hamish and I'm from Vision on TV, and we're here at the OrgCon, which is a conference about technology and privacy and all sorts of things which we're going to find out about over the day. And we have an infamous character, it's Mr. Mick Fuzz. Mick, who the fuck are you?
So I'm here today just working on a stall for a new project called Tech Tools for Activism. It kind of fits into some of the stuff I do, which is training on using media activist tools, much like yourselves, and also providing different platforms. And there's quite a few services that are out there that we think are great. Secure email, mailing lists that are not run by corporate providers, VPNs like virtual private networks. There's loads of software tools out there as well.
Okay, but these are all good tools, but we find they're way too difficult to use. Can you sort of say some which are kind of accessible to normal people rather than just geeks?
Sure. I mean, one of them is email, which I think is a great tool. It's decentralized, and I think a lot of people, a lot of your viewers, will be using email. So, like, everyone's agreed, email's great, so we can make it as easy as possible to sign up for an email from a non-corporate provider, one that doesn't spy on you, one that doesn't read your emails and then sell you adverts. If we can make that as easy as...
Okay, Mick, but we all know that activist servers are almost certainly run by the police. They are going to be reading your emails because they probably run the bloody server. What solution have you got for this?
Okay, great. So trust networks. If you don't know us, if you don't know Activix to set up an email, if you don't know Network 23 to set up a blog, we'll give you access to information and help you with resources to set up your own. In this way, we're setting up decentralized services based on trust. So you're right, that's a good question. Like, you don't know that I'm not, if you sign up for email with like, I said,
Network 23, real dodgy bunch, aren't they? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who's running that? So if you don't trust that, then it's really easy to set up your own, and we would really encourage you to set up your own as well. So if you know geeks and you can control them, then say, why don't you see what these guys doing? We can do our own. So I think that's a big part of it as well. So can I just say kind of like a bit of a summary of like a few things? So as a summary, it's like what these tools can do, how to use them. It's where you can sign up for them, and it's also encouragement for other people to set up these services, and it's also workshops on how to use these tools as well. So that's a kind of bit of a summary of what techtoolsforactivism.org is about.
Okay, I go with the spirit of it, but my experience, and I've had a lot of experiences, that these tools that tech geeks try and get people to use are too complicated and too obscure. Is anybody working to cross that bridge, to make these tools at all usable?
Well, I mean, in some ways, you're at the wrong conference if you don't think that kind of open source tools are usable. I mean, all of the tools that we've got are built on open source, even the corporate ones. It's that final little bit of sheen and usability that I think you're talking about. And yeah, you're at a conference where there's loads of people working towards making these tools as usable as possible. And really, documentation is something that everyone can get involved with, and putting on workshops to help people use stuff is something that everyone can get involved with. And really, like the kind of idea of this is if you don't like it, you can get involved and fix it. And so yeah, I think that's as you say, that's the kind of spirit behind it.
So if people want to find out more information, give us a few web addresses. Okay,
so the main one is to try and create a website where people can go and find out about all of this. So we launched a new website which is called techtoolsforactivism.org. So if you go there, you can find out about all of this, and hopefully if you could start embrace open source technologies yourself, then you may even get a spot on there as well.
Okay, Vision on TV is all running on open source tools, apart from this live editing software, because we have looked at live editing software and it's crap. So we're still using corporate stuff for that. We've only and we're still using YouTube too, but we do put our stuff out in lots of other places as well. Okay, so Mick, just remind us, what's one good thing that somebody who isn't a geek can do which is useful for the geek culture?
I think email and a blog on a non-corporate site, and use those to the best of your ability. I think that's the main message, because the tool's already there in some ways. It's just getting them to all work together, and there's loads of other things to do it, but stick with your email and a blog, and that's, your good base.
That was Mick Fuzz. He's kind of a legendary character, and we'll have more interesting people coming up soon on Vision on TV.